Hello everyone, welcome back to Gloomhaven. It is time to put Faith up to her final and 9th level. Scoundrel has reached level 9. Long con. Attack 4. Target all adjacent enemies. Disarm. That seems kind of incredible. Force one adjacent normal or elite enemy to perform its turn this round as if it were enemies and its enemies were allies, with you controlling the actions. That's very fancy. Watch it burn. Add poison and wound to all your attacks. Move 5. Wound all adjacent targets. Well, that's quite a decision, isn't it? Add poison and wound to all your attacks. Seems pretty good. But I think going on a 2, targeting all adjacent enemies and disarming them all is just so good. So we're going to take long con. We need to get rid of something if we're going to play long con. Now, I don't really want to lose something that moves me on bottom. Because long con does not have any extra movement. Is it going to be single out? The next 4 attacks targeting enemies adjacent to none of their allies gain +2 attack. Yeah, we'll drop single out. We'll take long con. Then, of course, we get a perk. 1 perk available. We only have these 3 to choose from. Add poison, add muddles, or add an invisible. With our HP, I don't think we need the invisible. So, I think we'll just take more poison. And that is Faith sorted. And then Pandora. Don't tell me you crashed. Nope, you didn't. Good. Pandora also leveled up to level 6. Pull the strings. At the beginning of each of your turns, you may force one enemy within range 5 to perform a move 2 with you controlling the action. Force one enemy within range 5 to perform attack 0, range 0, targeting another enemy with you controlling the action. That seems pretty good, especially because it goes on our turn. If something is attacking us, we can move it away from us too. We can also move it into traps. We can make it so it's too far away from us to attack us. It's pretty fancy. Provoke terror. Stun, area of effect 3 at range 4. Attack 4, range 4, push 3. And those are both pretty good. Problem with pull the strings is, I mean, we can have 2 songs up at once. I just don't feel like we are too likely to have 2 songs up at once. If we were to take Provoke Terror, what would we get rid of? Disarm 3, range 3. This is Stun. So this is kind of a better version of Throw Voice. Force all enemies in the targeted area to perform a move 1. Attack 4, range 4. It'd be nice to have an actual good attack. Let's drop Call to Action. Take Provoke Terror. Then we got some equipment last time in the Doomed Compass. Force your enemy during your turn. Force an enemy within range 5 to perform a move 2 action with you controlling the action. There's a lot of that going around today. And of course we get another perk. Replace +2 +1s with a +4. Replace a 0 with a +1 and a mobilize. Replace a 0 with a +2 and wound. Replace 0 with +2 poison. Replace 0 with a +2 curse. Replace a 0 with a +3 muddle. Add 2 curses. I think it's going to be replace one of these zeros. Let's get a +2 and wound in there. and Lamoon, who only needs to kill 2 more types of monsters, which is slightly terrifying. Also has an available perk. Replace a -2 with a +0. Replace a 0 with a +2. Add 2 heal 1s. Add 2 create lights. Add 2 shield oneselfs. Ignore scenario effects. Let's get rid of this -2. Now, do we actually want the Doomed Compass instead of the Ring of Skulls? I think I do. Alright, let's take a city event. You're relaxing in the Sleeping Lion when an immaculately dressed man approaches your table, a fake smile plastered to his face. Ah, you must be the mercenaries everyone is talking about, yes? My name is Lord Greymane, and I have a delicate matter to discuss. May I sit? You gesture to a chair as he sits with a faint grimace. I am transporting some valuable goods this evening from one of my warehouses, and I have reason to believe that some of the less desirable elements of this city wish to steal from me. I would like to hire you to help guard the undertaking. Yeah, fine. You head to the warehouse and are immediately set upon by a group of thieves. However, they prove no match for your expertise and are quickly dispatched. Greymane thanks you. 10 collective gold, 5 XP. Well, the collective gold is going to go to Tali, because Tali needs cash for the Enchantress. And with that all done, looks like it's time to pick another quest, but first we can head over to the Temple of the Great Oak. We need to donate 20 to get more stuff going on here. So there's 10 there and 10 here. Your continued donations have been a true boon to the Sanctuary and the city as a whole. This will surely have a noticeable impact on the city, but rest assured we could always use additional aid. Devotion 5 plus 1 Prosperity. Alright. Time for a quest. I will ponder where we're going to go and I will let you know. That's right, I recall what we were doing. Before we got distracted by our city event last time, we were going to come and do the Rebels Stand. Destroy the last of those opposing the Prime Demon. Kill the Siege Cannon. We've got archers, guards, giant vipers, and siege cannons. Let's just check Lamoon here. We've got city archer, city guard, giant viper, siege cannon. Let's see. City archer, city guard are both on that list. Siege cannon isn't. And what was the other one? Giant snake. Giant viper. I don't see a giant viper on this list. So, if we kill a giant viper and we kill the siege cannon with Lamoon, Lamoon will retire already, which is only slightly terrifying, but at least we still have Faith. So, Faith doesn't have to retire anytime soon. Pandora only needs to get 4 more objects and she will retire. And Tali needs 4 enhancements, so that's not going to be for a little while yet. But still, we must press on with our missions. A road event to start, of course. Walking along the edge of a forest, you begin to hear strange, unfamiliar sounds coming from beyond the trees. You stop and listen closer. There's a rhythm to the sounds. With that established, you begin to pick out different human voices in the mix. You'd venture to say that the noise vaguely sounds like chanting. I don't fancy it. Without a second thought, you get back on the main road and continue moving towards our destination. Right, so we get to the camp.
Directions given by the dying guard, you're able to easily locate the rebel camp. The poor fool thought you would join with the rebels to help overthrow the demons, but such hopes were childish and unfounded. You are here to kill and destroy. Without hesitation, you rampage through the camp in the foothills of the Watcher Mountains. You set fire to their tents and slay anyone who stands before you. The last battalion of guards hesitates as it faces you, and then the humans turn and flee. "Arm the siege weapon!" one of them calls as they crest the hill. You give chase. This should be interesting.
Destroy the last of those opposing the Prime Demon, Lingering Swamp Core Crest. Objective, kill the siege cannon. 26 health does not seem like a lot, and the round will stop as soon as we kill it. There is an unknown treasure chest to be found. Cause a trap to be sprung or take only short rests. I think we can probably do short rests. Gain 13 or more XP or kill a monster by causing at least 4 more points of damage. Probably Dynamo there. Kill 1 or more elite monsters or gain 7 or fewer XP. If we get a song up, layabout's not going to happen, so Hunter it is. And here, have 5 or more total cards in your hand at the end of the scenario, or have only 2 or less health. Well, our deck is pretty big at 11 cards, so 5 or more should be fine. Next question is, are we going to have any of the negative impacts of a new encounter? Will we have to discard anything, have any -1s thrown into our deck? Anything of that type? As we wait for the big ominous black screen to give us a map. Kill the siege cannon. Each round, the city archer who is closest to the siege cannon performs move 3 towards the 3 hexes adjacent to the cannon's rear. If the archer is then adjacent to the cannon's rear, it fires, damaging all mercenaries and mercenary summons on scorched hexes in both rooms. At the end of a round, if no city archers are present on the map, 1 normal city archer will spawn. Interesting. So, I don't know if this counts as a scorched tile, but it might just be stuff in the giant room behind us. For now, though, we've got a lot of snakes and 3 archers at the back. So, what's our AoE looking like? Attack 4, disarm all adjacent enemy creatures. It's a shame we can't get into one of the spots where there's 3. We could do a pull and murder with Visage, but 6 HP does not seem that incredibly high. Stiletto Storm, attack 2, range 3, targeting 4. Could get all 4 of these guys. That would not be a bad start. And if we Flurry of Blades with that, we could have advantage on all of those attacks. Let's see, what have we got for everyone else at the moment? Bless all adjacent allies, move and shield. Retaliate. Shield. Honestly, pushing ourselves to be the closest thing ahead and just shielding top and bottom, because these guys don't have piercing. They will apply poison. Ah, you do have piercing. Damn, okay. Glad we checked. So I guess it's just going to be hit as much stuff as hard as possible, as fast as possible. Which, you know, is always the absolute best way to go about any particular fight. All allies gain Retaliate 2, Range 2. Enemies have disadvantage on their attacks. I think with the archers in play here, that's going to be really good for us. And on bottom, we have that new card. Attack 4, Range 4, Push 3. Or we could just stun 3 of those snakes. That's probably worth doing, isn't it? So if we stun everyone on top, we could attack 3 at range 3 on bottom, though we'd probably want to go faster. We want something on bottom. Shield everyone for 2. Bless everyone and curse the foes seems better. So I think we will go with a Stiletto Storm with a Flurry of Blades. Tali is lacking any elements to do anything useful with right now. Typically at this point, if we make some ice, we can either stab with our ice with Lamoon or use it to stun somebody next turn. So if we're moving 2 on bottom, we just want some kind of standard attack on top. If we do ice spikes, perhaps we can make some fire elsewhere. And here it looks like we're just going to step forward 2 and attack something. Right, that looks like a turn to me. You are blessing everyone within range 3, so we don't need to worry about Faith going first. Although we would love the blessing before her attack, but she's already blessed twice from donating anyway. Snakes are moving 3, attacking 3 with poison, add 2 attack if the target is adjacent to any of the giant viper's allies. And the archers are attacking for 5, a range of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the archers are just attacking regardless, which is only slightly terrifying for such a large attack. We're going to move a tile. Skip the rest of the movement. Take the advantage on all of our attacks this round. And here we are going to add 1 to our attack. We don't need to pierce anything, so we're targeting 4 of 1, 2, 3, 4. Reasonably good going. Shame our stun isn't going to be nearly as effective. Range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could just try and stun 2 at the back instead. I think that's probably worth it. Because we were going to give everyone disadvantage. But I think 2 of these guys at the back not getting to have an attack action is really good for us when they're doing 5 damage apiece. Now, we can force someone to move, but I don't think we need to in this room. We could go invisible because now we are at the mercy of all the following attacks. But I think we'll be okay with the 2 attacks to come. So Tali can move up to here. And we can attack in this manner. That's what I was hoping for. Then Lamoon can move up to here. They will now kite any attacks because they are up front. And let's kill the one with fewer units on that side. Now we can consume the ice, but we have 1/1 in the deck. If we draw the miss, we miss anyway. So there's like a 1 in, what, like 15 chance that we don't kill. I think we'll be okay. Indeed, we are. So we are now poisoned, so these attacks will be 6 damage against us, which is rough. Those two are stunned. We are back. Right. Tali has ice available now, so there's a chance that we can stun some stuff over at the back. Stoking Hail, attack 2, range 3 with stun. We're going to need Boiling Arc to get up close enough to do that. Then we can Holy Strike to stun one of them. Stops them having another attack. And if we're doing that on top, we need something to move us forward quickly on bottom. Righteous Strength seems fine. Faith probably deals with this snake, unless Pandora does. Move 3, attack 3, range 3. If we take a basic attack action, we can attack for 3 and wound them so the snake will die. So we can do that. Although if we're moving 3 and attacking it for 3 at range, then what we might be better off doing is disarm at range 3. We can disarm 2 of the archers. Lamoon is stunning 1. 1, 2, 3. So if we're stunning that one, Pandora can disarm the other 2. That frees Tali up to do whatever they want. Attack 5, range 2. Consume wind and ice, plus 2 range, piercing 4. That seems great. So we're going to have range 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We just need any move 2 forwards. So we'll do that. We're disarming at range 3. Now, Melody and Harmony will get us ahead to disarm on top and attack on bottom, but is not very fast. So let's move on Power Ballad instead. And then Faith is going to have to deal with this snake. We can move 3, attack 3 on top. Let's us do something else on bottom. If we could move forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we could disarm people with long combat. That's probably going to be next turn. I think this turn we Burning Oil the snake. We could probably Swift Bow with the number of +1s we have. Swift Bow the snake on top. Move up a bit on Open Wound on bottom. 16 is a real bad time because they're going to do stuff before we get to stun them for the most part. The Viper is not a problem. Face initiative is fine. So we're just going to attack this guy and presume we're going to draw a +1. as is basically tradition. And we still have full HP, so we can move up here to tank some of these shots. Do we even get closer so that one of them will attack at disadvantage? Then we need to move forward 2. And then if we consume this and this, oh, it selects... I was like, why isn't this working? It selects them both at the same time. That makes slightly more sense. Now, do we try and go at advantage on an AoE? I think not, simply because we don't have any blessings in our deck, so we're unlikely to do a huge amount of extra damage to the second target. So we'll just take the advantage and attack. We'll attack the one on the left, so that if we get some AoE stuff, we have 2 foes that are full health next to one another on the right. Now the shooting starts. Alright, that was not too bad. Now we're going to move up 3. And we'll move up to this side. No, we won't. We'll move up to this side. Confirm the extra shield, because why not? And you know what? Stun them both. And consume a potion. No, don't consume a potion because it's worth 5 HP to us, and 1 poison is not worth 5 HP. Right, so we've got one that is not currently stunned. And we're back here. Let's move up to here. No, we'll move up to here. Strengthen faith. Then we are going to just take a standard attack action here for 3 and a wound. Right, now we really want to kill that one in the back left before it gets a turn. We still have our piercing bow and burning oil. Although if burning oil does 5 damage against 2 shield, that's 3 damage, and a wound is 4 damage. So that will be fine on top. And on bottom, I want to go fast, so it's just going to be an unideal smoke bomb. Over here, we can attack one of the ones further away from us. We can put retaliate on, but I think we're just going to take a attack at somebody. So we'll do that on marching beat on top, and on bottom they have piercing, so the shield doesn't help us. So honestly, give me an attack on bottom as well. Over here, we've got 2 free attacks. We also have light available to us. So we can attack for 5 at advantage on top, and on bottom, 1 adjacent ally may perform an attack 4. And back here we've got darkness and green. So I think a formless power is going to be fine on top. And on bottom, heal 3 at a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we're not 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we will be close enough to attack. And close enough to heal Lamoon of their poison. So that seems fine. They're going on a 14. Create a 3 damage trap in an adjacent empty hex. They're not going to manage to do that. Faith's initiative is fine. Attack. This one at the back was the goal, wasn't it? And they're already wounded, so we just need this attack to hit. Very good. And we will just move up to be next to the door on that gold. These 2 are stunned, so they're not doing anything to us this turn. So in there... Ah, we moved Faith away. Damn it. That's on me. Still, we will attack the closer one. Good work. Can't do that, so we will just skip our movement. What are we doing over here? We are taking a standard stab at this one. Excellent. And then we're going to skip the movement, but make the attack. It's going very well. End Soothsinger's turn. Right, now, range 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We cannot make, so we're going to have to actually push forward a bit. Then we can make this attack. Keep the fire. Confirm target. They cannot be long for this world. Round 4. Looks like we're probably not long resting before... I mean, if these take a turn, and these take a turn, and these take a turn, we might long rest before getting through that door. Attack 4, target all and disarm. Move 3, attack 3. I think we're just going to do that. Then everyone else is just kind of free to do whatever they want. We don't have our healing. We'll keep the move 4 to get us through the door perhaps next turn. So we'll just do a Tremulant Cyclone. And a basic move here. We'll do a Bless all adjacent allies. And we will step in to do that for more than one person. And this is just going to be a big attack, I imagine. On top, something on bottom, strengthen all adjacent allies. Even if we don't have any adjacent allies, there's not really much more for us to be doing. They're going reasonably slowly this time. So we are stepping across for 2. As in a move 2 standard movement. Then attacking here. Don't need to select the target because it's just everybody by definition. Then, great big attack there. Is all done. We could move into the doorway right now. But this is basically a needed long rest. This is basically a needed long rest. And one lost card on 2 more long rests isn't going to be terrible for us. So we'll step closer to the doorway. We will move up just the same. Skip our attack action. And then we want to bless all adjacent allies. So we'll do that from here. Happy blessings, everybody. Right. We are trying to take only short rests during this scenario. I think we can afford to randomly lose a card. But if we randomly lose a card, we then have to play 2 cards, and that does not seem good. I'd rather have all of my cards available before going into the next round, so I think I might just sacrifice Scrambler. This is a long rest, this is a long rest, and here we can get rid of the poison with a long rest and then heal with our potion afterwards. Because none of this stuff... Oh, we could heal on bottom, bless on top, and then short rest. The strengthen ends at the end of the afflicted character's next turn, but they're going to be going on a 99, so that's not going to help. So let's take the long rest. Long rests all round before we enter this giant room. Discard 1 card for Tali. What are we getting rid of? It's always the hard part. I want to keep things like the attack on the ice spikes because we just need to destroy the turret, and so if we can do lots of big attacks to that, it's going to make our lives a lot easier. I want to keep the ice, so I think we'll just get rid of Tremulent Cyclone. Faith. I like Duelist Advance because that lets us move forward. Smoke Bomb is going to be huge for getting us a big attack against this cannon, as stated. Open Wound is really good movement. Although Flurry of Blades for the extra advantage is also really good. I don't know if Long Con is going to work against the cannon. It just says archers move towards the cannon. If an archer is adjacent to the cannon's rear, it fires, damaging all mercenaries and mercenary summons on scorched hexes in both rooms. So I think Swift Bow goes. For Pandora, moving someone forward would be nice. Stun's really good, disarm's really good. I think we just lose Power Ballad. And Lamoon, we're going to lose that poison, which is really good for us. Bless allies, Purifying Aura. I don't know that we're going to need it that much. Although if they have piercing already, cautious advance isn't going to be able to help us. So we'll lose that. End our turn. Fresh round. Now, assuming that the cannon is going to be near the back rank, we're going to need to move forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 8 or 9 to be within range of it for most stuff. Of course, our ranged attacks aren't included in that. But I imagine we're going to want to push forward as much as possible on our initial breach of the door. Do we want to do any blessing, etc. before we do that? We could move forward 2 as the bard. And bless all adjacent allies. And then get invisible in the doorway. Although that's not going to stop the archers, although the scenario was archers, guards, snakes, and cannons. So presumably near the front of this room are going to be some guards that are going to want to progress towards us. So, but that said, at the same time, I don't really want to just be standing around in the doorway for an entire turn, so breaching and turning invisible might not be the best thing for it. I wish there was somebody that had a skill of like scrying into rooms ahead before you have to open the door. That'd be a really useful skill to have. I'm wondering if we could ever move in far enough with faith immediately that we could then smoke bomb invisible self close enough that then the following turn we would be able to attack the cannon with burning oil. We have 2 blessings and a ×2 in our deck. If we could get more blessings than that, that would be really nice. We've got another there, that makes 3 total, 4 total. Only 4 total blessings in play, so there's plenty of scope to add more. We can also marching beat to push faith into the room first. So we could bless everybody, push faith in the room 4. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously rough terrain and obstacles notwithstanding. Then on Faith's turn, if she goes directly after a 14, we want to smoke bomb on top. We can add 10 to our initiative. So we could do something like open wound smoke bomb and go on an 11, which would become a 21, and then push ourselves deeper into the room, and then try and do a great big attack against the turret. I'm assuming there's only one. It just says the siege cannon. I'm also wondering if we're getting too focused on just trying to destroy the siege cannon immediately and it's all going to go terribly. Bless and strengthen one ally within range 3. We'll save that for the next turn if we want to strengthen Faith, although she already has Eagle Eye Goggles for the big important attack. We need to make sure we take our potion. That's really important. We could bless adjacent allies on top and move on bottom. We probably just need to move in on bottom regardless of what we do. Otherwise we're going to be stuck in this room doing not much of anything. We're lacking great choices for big attacks, though, from far back. Move 4 on bottom. Bless all adjacent allies on top. Would not get Faith before she moves, because Pandora is going to move her. Put Retaliate on, but I don't think that's going to help us kill guards particularly effectively. So we'll just go with like a standard attack action. And then Tali has no available mana. We could heal somebody. We'd love to get Chain Lightning going soon. But I think we just need to rush into the room with Boiling Arc on bottom. And then hope that we can just take a fairly standard attack action otherwise. So we'll take a Stoking Hail. Alright. No idea how this is going to go. We wanted to drop down to 21. We are blessing everyone here. We're not cursing everyone. We are blessing everyone. Then we're sending in Faith for a move 4 action. Now, if this was like a really terrible room to walk into, we can just retreat if we have to. It's going to be a big load because of just how much stuff there's going to be in this room.
Through the first wave of soldiers, you arrive at a clearing. The rest of the guards are standing around a very large mechanical cannon.
Yes.
We will use this machine to destroy the walls of Gloomhaven and take back our city, one of the guards says to you with a hard stare. It should be able to make short work of you scum as well. The cannon whirs and vibrates, glowing red hot at the end of its barrel. It's ready, one of the operators yells. Get out of the way!
So I can now see which are the scorched tiles. That seems very important. So how else are we doing here on this initiative? Looks pretty good to me. Snakes, guards, archers, and then the cannon is going on 99. If an archer reaches the 3 hexes to the rear of the cannon, it fires, damaging all mercenaries and their summons on the 3 columns of hexes in front of it. Well, there are archers there. I don't know if that happens immediately when the archer gets there, but we don't have any option of anywhere else to stand right now. It fires, looks like it does 4 damage. So we're going to push up to the left because this side has an obstacle. And we're not going anywhere, unfortunately. Now, Faith's turn is to move 5 up to basically here. Although, if we undo that waypoint, if we come to this side, there's a chance we could get back to that chest and loot it before the scenario ends. If an archer reaches the 3 cannons, it fires, damaging all mercenaries and their summons. It doesn't say it damages all allies, which is a shame. So I'll try the sensible thing. We'll push up to here. Then turn ourselves invisible. our next attack action will do double damage. Now, we don't need Swift Bow back. We can just end our turn. Tali needs to move 4. We can jump, but we would land on an obstacle. I don't think it would let us do that, would it? During your movement, add jump to the movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we take damage if we land on an obstacle? It's got to be better than being shot at, right? Or we can step onto the hazardous terrain and guarantee taking 3 damage. Also, if we push up to here, we are most certainly getting attacked by this guy. Move 2. He's not going to want to move through the hazardous terrain, so that's not so much of a threat. Move 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, we'll push up to here then. I think I accidentally just jumped, which could be a problem. This attack is not going to get through that shield. Right, we need to move. We can move safely pretty far in. You're moving 3, attacking 3, add 2 if the target is adjacent to any of the Giant Viper's allies. The Giant Viper is going first, so if we were to stand here, we wouldn't be next to an ally. Then we can simply attack. Solid. Potion, thank you. And that's us all done. These guys are attacking at range. I'd kind of not realized that at all. We are getting slammed. How much range do the archers have? Way too much. This is going to be a problem. Okay, that happened immediately. Who's taking damage here? Tali? And Pandora. We're burning more cards. I think we might have to do a Protective Blessing next to Faith next turn in some capacity. So right now, Purifying Aura can go. So the Siege Cannon doesn't go on its own initiative, only if somebody else goes. That's good for us. So Faith can take her turn whenever we want because she's invisible. And we're going to be Burning Oil attacking for 5. We don't need the piercing. We do want the advantage. Question is, can we get close enough to attack this cannon? Move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We totally can. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . We just can't do it very fast. And if we do that, we can't use our protective blessing. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no way we get a move 4 on top. Unless Pandora, who is all the way back here, could do a marching beat. One ally within range 3 can perform a move 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We'd have to move 3 ourselves. Which can only happen on a 78. Seems unlikely. Although we have Boots of Striding, so that changes everything. 1, 2, 3. Then marching beat after a short rest would move Lamoon. Move 3. Target within range before move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we get to there, we can then do our own protective blessing on bottom and something on top. Attack with stun the guy next to it, although we want to go fast, so that's not going to be good. Bless all adjacent allies if we can make Faith go even faster. So we need a short rest and get back marching beat. Redraw. Burn disorienting dirge. Then we need to go really fast on those 2 cards. Faith is going to Burning Oil on top. Force 1 normal or elite enemy to perform its turn this round as if it were allies were enemies and its enemies were allies, with you controlling the actions. So we could have one of these archers shoot the siege cannon, and we could pick the one that is directly controlling the siege cannon taking a shot. But that would cause us to go on 2. Which would fire this off very fast and take that very fast. We would just miss out on 1 extra blessing, I guess. So the turn right now looks like Faith does a double damage attack to the cannon. Faith picks one adjacent normal or elite enemy to perform its turn this round as if it were allies with you. So it is adjacent. So we'd have to pick this archer. Fine. At least they're there, right? That's turn 1. Turn 2. We move on bottom for 3. We go 1, 2, 3 with our boots. That puts us within range of Lamoon. We move Lamoon 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lamoon, protective blessings. You and all adjacent allies suffer no damage this round. On bottom. And Righteous Path, bless Faith on top. Hopefully we do that before we get killed. Tali is just kind of existing out here in a world of their own, with very little in the way of movement, which is a shame because there's no way we're going to be able to move and get in range of the siege cannon to help out with the damage there, although we're going so hard and fast on this. If we took a short rest just to get Boiling Arc back for a move 4, we could go 1, 2, 3, 4. That puts us 1, 2, 3, 4 away from the siege cannon. Is Lamoon making light? No. Yes. With Protective Aura. So if we could go after an 18, which we can't. We're looking at moving 1, 2, 3, 4. Puts us within range 1, 2, 3, 4 of this. Chain Lightning is attack 4, range 3. Which is a problem. There's no attacks that we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. No attacks that we have at range 4. Formless Power would do it. We can't do the bottom because we need the movement. So if we Formless Power on top, short rest to get back Boiling Arc, redraw, burn Stoking Hail, Boiling Arc to move 4 on bottom, Formless Power on top is so slow, there's no way that's actually going to work out, is there? But attack 5, range 4, target 2 would actually work out just to attack the turret. Alright. This might have to do. I hope I've plotted this correctly. They're going very late. That's perfect. Faith. Attack. At advantage. The turret thing. There is the ×2 blessing we needed. Then force this character to take its turn as if it were on our side. When is that going to happen? I guess on its turn. We are moving 4 up to here. Then Lamoon moves 4 up to here. Then we will make ourselves invisible. And do we want to make any type of mana? I don't think so. You've got nothing to consume. You've got nothing to consume. We're fine. Tali is moving 4 up to here. And we can consume this. Then we are attacking at advantage the giant thing. And it is dead. So, question is, who's going to be alive at the end of all this? We are doing our aura. So at the very least, Faith and I will be alive at the end of this. We can bless all our adjacent allies as well. Tali is basically just going to have to tank any hits that don't go to the invisible Pandora or us lot who are invincible at the moment. We have the opportunity to take an attack. I just don't know who we should be attacking. God, our range is incredible. Right, take out this snake since we actually have a chance to kill it. Tali is just going to burn cards. We are just going to be invincible. Solid miss. We don't care about how many cards we burn, because at the end of this round of combat, we win. Thanks to Faith's incredible double damage.
Ruined and broken at your feet, and with it, any hope the rebels had of assaulting Gloomhaven. The guards who are still alive scatter, and you return to the demon-ruled Gloomhaven victorious.
Smashed it. Faith did unbelievable amounts of damage in a short period of time. We did get Hunter and we did get Streamliner. Back to the city. The long walk back. Did not get to loot the chest, unfortunately. But can't have it all.
So you have crushed the pathetic upstarts. You stand before one of the Prime Demon's liaisons. Good. You have proven yourselves an incredibly effective tool, and my master will compensate you greatly for your service.
Alright. 50 gold each. -3 reputation, 10 XP. Lamoon is up to 19 of 20 kills on her trophy hunt. Tali has leveled up. We have heaps of cash to spend on stuff. But for right now, that is going to be a very speedy episode. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.